In a previous video called Top 5 Atom Features, I asked you to tell me what your favorite Atom packages were. I read the comments, I counted the likes. You influenced this video, so this time, if it sucks, it's your fault. Here are the top 5 Atom packages as chosen by you. All right, the way this is gonna work is I'm gonna present to you the top 5 packages of Atom chosen by you guys, and I'm gonna read the comment about the package that was upvoted the most, okay? So coming in at number 5 is a comment from the designer who says, I like Atom too, and my favorite package is Emmet. So let's look at Emmet. Let me go install packages, Emmet. Emmet is a tool that coders use to expand their text. It's really simple to use. I have a simple HTML file here. I'm gonna go in here and write the word div and then tab. When I tab that, it turns into a div wrapped around, and my cursor is on the inside, so I can just start typing hello. All right, but it's more powerful than that. Not just div and expanded, but you can say div class hello. And then when you expand it, it has the class of hello in it. So you see the syntax, it looks kind of like CSS. And expand it and it turns into regular HTML. But this, you can actually create pretty complicated strings here, and it will expand into pretty robust markup. So for example, let's say we have an ID of page, and inside of that, a child, you would use this brackets to say the child would be like a div with a class of logo, and a sibling, so use the plus to say the next thing is going to be a sibling of what came before it, is going to be an ID of nav, and it's going to be, actually let's make that ID be on a UL, so a UL with an ID of nav, and a child of the nav ID, which is a UL, is going to be an LI. And the LI, let's say it's not just going to be 1, let's say times 5, so we want 5 LIs to be inside of that nav UL. So it's getting complicated already, right? And in each side, and inside of each of those LIs, I want to put an anchor tag, and I want the anchor tags each to have some text in there. So I'm going to write these curly braces, and we'll say item, because each one's going to have the word item, and then the number. So I'll put this dollar sign of the number of. So there's going to be 5, right? So there's going to go number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now that we have all this like complicated string written out, but it's just one line, right? And the more comfortable you get with Emmet, I'm just a starter, I haven't really used it before, but the more comfortable you get with it, the more this type of expression will become more natural to you. But here's the magic. I'm just going to hit tab, and look at that. I've got a pretty complex HTML structure here, which is giving me exactly what I expected. I have an ID of page with a class of logo. A sibling is an ID of nav with LIs, with anchor tags inside them, and the text of item 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 inside. So that's Emmet. It can get pretty expressive. I've seen developers. I went to a meetup once, and I was watching the Zerb, the guys who made Foundation. They were giving a preview of what they were working on when they were working on Foundation 6, and the dude was just so fast. He created an entire layout. He was using Emmet, and he was just so quick with it. So I think that if you wanted to get quick with Emmet, it would be a big boon in your tool belt as a developer. And it's something that, I mean, now that I've installed it, we might see it a little bit more on dev tips. So this is a great recommendation. Thanks a lot, guys. Coming in at number 4 with 13 votes, Rodrigo's comment for Terminal Plus. He says, Terminal Plus, love it. Not perfect or too popular, but it's awesome. So Terminal Plus, what is that? Let's go check it out. Terminal Plus gives us a little line here at the bottom, and I can hit this little plus button and get a terminal window. Now the terminal window is going to be automatically pointed at the project folder that we're working in. So here it's pointed at, I'm just using the dev tip starter kit. So it's pointed at the DevTip Starter Kit master. So this is interesting. Let's just throw a terminal command in here. mkdir, make directory, and we'll just say, call the directory hello. And it did. It just created a new directory inside of my project here. And depending on how good you are with the terminal, this could be a lot faster than all these, right clicks I've been doing. So let me just remove the directory here. Hello, and then it's gone. Cool, just exactly what you'd expect. I think you can probably do more than one window as well, and that's how you get like these tabs of windows open, and then if you hit X out here, it closes all the windows. Cool, so it's just a simple terminal window. If you're running Jekyll, or if you're running like some Ruby stuff, like it would be pretty convenient to have a terminal window built into your text editor rather than having to use it separately like I've been using it. So this is a great recommendation. Thank you, Rodrigo. Coming in at number 3 with 16 votes, Lucas says, I really like Atom. I installed Minimap. So it looks like Sublime Text, and then like little bunny ear, not bunny ears, what are those, eyeballs or something? So let's take a look at Minimap. And what that does is it creates this little, well, it's called a mini map, and I think it's self-explanatory what it is, but it's a smaller representation of the structure, markup, and like how it's highlighted of the code that you're working on, the code document. And this is interesting. If you have a really long document, this can be helpful because it's smaller, easier to parse what part is, like, for example, I know this white chunk here is the pre-text, right? It's coded as pre, so I know everything in there. Or like, oh, I know this nest looks like the one I'm looking for. This is this particular section stuff. So this is helpful if you have a lot of large or long documents. This can be helpful to navigate them visually. There's also an option here to move this onto the left, if you like that. Back on the right, this looks like Sublime Text by default. Pretty cool. Thank you very much, Lucas. Coming in at number 2 with 18 votes, Windowface says, Travis, have you ever used Brackets code editor? I've been using it for a while now, and I love it. Why did I know that somebody was gonna say Brackets? And you know what gets me is that it's the second most highest voted comment. Okay, next got 0 votes. This is just an honorable mention. This had 0 votes, but Romain. But Roman suggests that we take a look at the package called Doge. So apparently after I've installed Doge, I can go in anywhere and write the word Doge, and there's going to... There's a little dog, a little Doge dog. What? I don't know why anybody would want that installed, but it's kind of funny. I don't understand why, but that gets an honorable mention because it's silly. And for number 1 package voted on by you guys with 21 votes at the time of counting is suggested by Dennis, and it's called Atom Bootstrap 4. Let's go install that. If you're a user of Bootstrap, I can see this being extremely helpful. So what it does is it adds all of these expandable, what are these things called? Snippets to your library. So for example, if I write btn, which is a class in Atom, and I hit enter, it's going to expand the text and put my cursor right in the middle of this button tag. Now the button has Bootstrap specific classes already attached. So if I have Bootstrap installed in this project or linked up in CSS, these buttons will be meaningful. These classes will be meaningful, and this button will be already styled. And this is a small example, but like look at I don't know. Let's just write grid, and there's an example of how a grid would be set up, including options for classes. So it wouldn't be call XS, SM, MD, LD. You just choose one of these. So I want it like large. So but it's interesting that they're giving you the options for the for the classes. So that isn't here. So let's try one. Let's go back to button and see if we can find a button group, like a drop down button group. Wow, look at that. So it expands to like pretty detailed markup, which is exactly what Bootstrap recommends, the structure of it and everything to get those classes working right away. So if you do use Bootstrap a lot, which it looks like a lot of you guys do, this is going to be a pretty valuable extension or a package to Atom. So thanks for that recommendation, Dennis. And thank you everyone who suggested other packages that maybe they weren't upvoted enough. Those were awesome too. I looked at a lot of them that you guys said, but these are the top 5 that you voted for. This will be the last video that I'll be doing about Atom for a while, but I want to remind you that tomorrow I'll be at Adobe San Francisco headquarters hosting a show, a 2-hour live show on their Twitch channel. So visit twitch.tv/Adobe. I'm going to be teaching you guys about design thinking and sketching. I'm going to be using their new Adobe Comment application, and if we have time for it, I'm going to be doing some coding. So it's going to be a really, really exciting thing, and I'm really excited to share with you. I need you to be there. I need you to show up because it's live. It's not like this record, you watch it anytime and whatever. It's like a live show. And there's going to be a comment stream, and I'm going to have somebody there reading the comments to me so I can interact live. And they say, you know, the guy that I'm speaking with says that it turns into be more like a question and answer interview show more than anything. So if you guys want to play a part in that, if you want to interact with Adobe's team and with me live on the show up tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, and that's Pacific time, so GMT -8. And I'm just like, I'm nervous about it. I have like all these butterflies. I hope it goes really well, and I need you to help it go really well. I really do. So I'm calling in all my favors. Show up, come to the live show. Again, it's twitch.tv/Adobe tomorrow, 10 a.m. Be there. Okay, now let's talk about this channel. As you know, is supported by the patrons of the channel, right? A patron of the channel is somebody who has thought that the things that we cover and the things that we do here on this channel are helpful enough, provide enough value to them and to other people that they support the show by donating a dollar amount of their choice. Most people donate $4 per episode, and these people, aside from the warm fuzzies that they get for supporting the show directly, they also they get a few perks. Number one is that they get to watch the shows early, and they also get extra, special videos that normal everyday YouTube watchers don't get to see. They also get a podcast episodes that are special for them, and I record them and send those out. They get what else? Live Google Hangouts that we do once a month, and those are pretty awesome. And actually, I do them once a month, but the community is doing them every week on Sunday. They're just doing it by themselves, and it's so cool. I can't show up, but like they're just doing it. There's a lot of great people, and most of these people meet and correlate inside of the Dev Tips chat, which is one of the other benefits of the patrons. Right? So there's a Dev Tips chat. Relationships are being made. I know people are getting criticisms. They're asking for critiques on their work, and friendships are being forged. We post GIFs. There's like a bunch of inside jokes. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I'm just rambling now because I don't have a script right now. I'm making this all up. Usually everything I do is scripted. Now I'm rambling again. Okay, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and keep on hacking. I read the comments. I read the comments. I counted the likes. You influenced this video. I read your comments. I counted the likes. You influenced this video. So this time, if it sucks, it's your fault. I read the comments. I counted the likes. You for a while, but I want you to thanks for watching this video. This will be the last Go away, car. Ugh. Okay, this will be the last. Now the button tag has these are now that was quite a ramble. I like my scarf. My daughter made it. It's really thin. She's 5.